Hi guys.
Welcome to episode 3.
3. Oh my god, I got no nails. Let me hide.
I'm like a little lit. I'm not gonna lie. I took like 2 shots and now I'm a little woozy. A little woozy boozy. But welcome everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed episode 2.
Yeah, we were dying episode 2.
Yeah, the mics were kind of funny, guys, so we do apologize about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was my side. I accidentally put the volume from my mic all the way up, but I made sure that today that's not the case because that was crazy.
Let's start off with how was your day?
We've had today has been a long day. I feel like I have a lot going on in general, and it was a little bit of a stressful day, but I feel fine now. Mm-hmm. How was yours?
My day was short.
Regular?
Yeah, it was all right. Nothing crazy. I didn't even get to go home and change from my daytime clothes. So that's how crazy it has been. My mom cooked today and her food was smacking. So that was probably the best part of my day.
Yeah, I had a very hectic day. I've been having hectic days lately.
Yeah.
But
no worries. We're
I will make it through. I will make it through. It's not one thing, it's the other. All right, go ahead. Before I start going down a rabbit hole.
What did you do this weekend? Why don't I ever call this weekend?
I don't either. Is it the age? Okay, I know I went to church on Sunday. Oh, we went to the studio Saturday.
We went to the studio. Oh, yeah.
You did a photo shoot Saturday too.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Friday, I was at the crib chilling. Honestly, lately, being at home on a Friday feels fire to me. I really enjoy being home right now.
Me too. I love it. I love being home.
I enjoy being home. Right now I'm saving shows so that I can watch it on the weekend because I really lately I just haven't been having a desire to do anything on the weekends. I just want to chill. Not every single day on the weekend because after that Friday and you wake up Saturday morning, you're like, all right, I'm not trying to just be home all day either. I have to go run errands or something and then I'll be cool with coming home around 6, 7 and then just chilling watching a movie.
Seriously, I think that right now I am so focused that I don't even care about anything else that's going on. I don't care what's the best fun spot to go to.
Yeah.
I don't even care anymore. It's just I'm so focused right now. And I think it is because of my age. It's kind of crazy.
It's the age and it's also the fact that because of our age, we're just trying to get our shit together. And being outside 24/7, spending unnecessary money.
When we talk about outside for us is
going out to eat.
Rooftop restaurants, having cocktails. It's just we're trying to just now do that at home and start to love our own spaces. Yeah. Because life is very expensive and it's just at a point in your life you have to start really to break down okay, I just bought groceries. I can't go.
What's the point of going to a restaurant and spending
at a restaurant too?
The same amount that you spent on everything you just bought at the supermarket, you're about to spend on one meal. For example, recently I was really, really craving Spanish food and I wanted churrasco. How do you say churrasco in Spanish? It's the thin, skinny steak.
Yeah.
I wanted that so bad with rice and beans. And I was fiending. And I went to this restaurant, the Spanish restaurant, late night, obviously, because, the quick $5 plates is earlier in the day. Mm-hmm. And how much did I spend? $70 on Spanish food that my mom makes?
Wait, what was this? In South Beach.
Ridiculous.
Also, can I just say something? I'm not trying to trash talk, but if you are a Rhode Island listener and you are planning to go to South Beach, we were there just probably 2 weeks ago.
I don't even remember.
It was just the payment part was just very difficult. So all I'm saying is have a card and have cash because I don't know
have cash.
Their problem is there. So
yeah, thank God I had cash that day. I would have been very embarrassed if I didn't, which I never carry cash.
Yeah.
But so that's getting off topic.
Yeah, that's getting off topic. Yeah. But yeah, so that's really what it is. It's now we really have to start realizing where we put our money. We're just not gonna invest our money in groceries and then go out to eat too. So it's that's
which,
where
let me just say we really and I especially enjoy going out to eat.
I do too.
That's probably on my top 3 things. Excuse me, that I love. I love going out to eat, but it's just sometimes it's just like, damn, I just spent $100 on this and it wasn't even smacking. Because if it's good, I will spend whatever. I will spend my last dollar on food. I don't care. I love food. But it's like lately it hasn't even been worth it.
No, for real. But yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, that's been the vibes lately.
That's just the vibe. We're just chilling.
And I just look forward to doing that.
Yeah.
This weekend.
But we are hopefully planning some stuff for the summer. So it's not gonna be that boring.
The summer I'm
outside. Like at restaurants, at the rooftop and shit.
At restaurants, and we plan on taking a lot of New York trips this summer.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I really have no desire to be in Rhode Island.
Yep. But this topic today, guys, we're going to talk about attachment. So when you hear the word like attachment, well, like what does that mean to you?
Something you're attached to.
So, but like when you deep thinker, okay, like when you actually think of like, okay, when you hear you're like, do you have attachment problems? Do you go like based off like you're attached to like like a material stuff?
I feel like the first thing everybody's gonna think is a relationship or people,
right? I feel like that too. I feel that's why I think we're talking about it here because we talk a lot about relationships. So,
it's definitely a thing to be attached to, like everything,
things and objects too. Yeah. But definitely, I think that's what comes into people's heads at first. It's like relationship, a person, and stuff like that. So I did want to go deep into like what the meaning is exactly. Yeah,
I don't know what Leo's gonna say. I let her take lead on this one. I was gonna look up my own stuff, but I feel like based off her reaction of when she was doing research, I feel like it's a good idea for her to just take lead, and I will jump in.
So I pretty much looked up, okay, this is all Google stuff. So what is attachment in a person? So it means a strong feeling of being emotionally close to someone or something.
I have attachment problems.
So, and I was actually doing more research, and there are actually a few different styles of attachment. So I am going to read a few of them, and I would like for you to comment on them. So pretty much it talks about how attachment styles form. I'm just going to like skim through this. But pretty much I did a little bit of research on a few, and it all starts from when you're a child. It all stems from when you're a child.
I figured.
And that's where your attachment comes from. And there's 4 different types of attachments. So there's anxious attachment. So anxious attachment is a style that is categorized by feeling insecure in a close relationship, often devaluing yourself and overvaluing the other person.
Wow.
So that's one.
I'm going to let you tell me which one you think I am, and we'll do vice versa. Okay.
The second one, avoidant attachment. A person who is avoidant attachment style will want and need a loving connection with another person, but will not trust this person, won't hurt or reject them. They won't share deep feelings nor vulnerability. And will pull away when the other person gets too close.
Wow.
Disorganized attachment. Disorganized attachment is a style combined of anxious and avoidant styles. This person will exhibit strong emotions of needing and then rejecting. This attachment style is marked by so afraid that the other person will leave that they'll often leave first.
It's not a simpler thing.
So pretty much this one's like...
Simplify it for me, because I'm like thinking of the ones you read already. I'm
so like, this person will exhibit strong emotions of needing and then rejecting. Mm-hmm. So the attachment pretty much is like they're so afraid that the person's going to leave them that they'll leave them first.
Okay.
So if you kind of got an idea?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one's called disorganized attachment. And then there's secure attachment. Secure attachment is considered the healthiest form of attachment. These are people who are comfortable expressing emotions in a relationship, are comfortable with closeness, and are not fearful within a relationship. They experience a sense of missing a partner if they say so. Go on a trip, but don't experience a sense of panic or fear, or consider it an abandonment. They're capable of being in a relationship that they are categorized by mutual regard and reciprocity. They don't need a relationship to feel complete. Okay. So based off all these attachments, okay, so there's the first one, which is anxious attachment. So pretty much like you're feeling insecure and you devalue yourself and overvalue the other person.
I know she's already laughing because she knows that.
And I know you know which one I am. That's why it's so funny. And then avoidant attachment, which you need love, but you don't trust them and you pretty much can't share your feelings. Disorganized, which is a combination of anxious and the second one. So it's pretty much both. So like you love them, but when they love you back.
Cut to the chase, I think you're a combination of 2 and 3.
Wait, I'm a combination of 2 and 3?
Yeah.
So you think like, okay, so that's disorganized then. Avoidant?
You're both, I feel like.
Avoidant and disorganized?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you feel so? Why do you feel so?
So read the third one again.
So
there was a part that you don't have to read the whole thing, but.
So this person will exhibit strong emotions of needing and then rejecting.
That part.
This attachment style is marked by being afraid that other person.
Hold on. Because before I forget.
Yeah.
I feel like she lures them and then she'll be like, fuck that. Cause what you did to me last time. Like, fuck that. And then the second one, read a little bit of that one.
So the second one is pretty much they need loving. They want and need loving connection with another person, but will not trust them.
Yeah, she got trust problems.
And
too.
then, so they won't share deep feelings nor vulnerability.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're both of those?
I'm so that. That's how I'm laughing. I laughed. And then I would say the first one, but then I also think the disorganized as well, because I just feel like sometimes, I don't know what it is, but
the only thing I could say about me, which I don't know if it could relate to that I'm prideful. That I'll be like, nah, fuck, I ain't rating first. Or something within those lines. But,
yeah.
And not even though, because then I will rate first. Because I'm always trying to be the bigger person. So I feel like I'm 100% the first one.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I was the last one.
Do you ever feel like, based off everything that we're reading, have you, I don't want to get too personal.
You know what it is? Before I forget the thought, I feel like it depends on the person that I'm dealing with. Yeah. That determines which one I am. Because I feel like I'm the first one with specific, but I was definitely number 3.
So like disorganized.
Yeah.
Like you will like love, but then like.
No, number two, sorry.
So not trusting.
Yeah.
You wouldn't trust.
I don't know. Forget it. I'm lost.
I think that maybe in your life you had a secure attachment, where everything was healthy, where just at some point, I know I had a secure attachment at a point. I was in a relationship for a very long time, like my first boyfriend who I dated for such a long time. I was very secure. It was a very healthy relationship.
So maybe
it was like I did not have this like worriness of
at all,
like, or mistrust of anything. I was never like that. And then I started dating somebody else and I started to become attachment number 2, anxious attachment. Like, no, not anxious attachment, avoidant attachment. Like I would just not want to open up. I'm not going to share my feelings. I just don't want you to really know how I feel. Like that's actually who I am right now today too. Like if I ever meet anybody else, or I just don't think I don't think I have it in me to like let go anymore. Cause I feel like I'm going to get hurt. I think, maybe this is me thinking, and I'm talking a lot, guys. I'm so sorry. But maybe the situation happened where you weren't as secure. Then it became mistrust because of the other person that I met. So it was just up and down, disorganized.
100%.
And then now it led to me being an avoidant person. Like I want to love you, but I can't.
The thing is that it always starts off secure because, you know, you're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you, we like each other. You know, there's always this fire at first. But then as time goes by, with women, or at least I know us, let's say, for example, you said we're going to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
And now you even forgot about all that plan. Now that's, from there, that's it. It just starts. That's one little thing, and it could be the smallest thing. But even if you said, I'm gonna go to the, I don't know, I'm gonna go to the library today and look up this class and do X, Y, and Z, and you just don't do it. It's like the moment you don't keep your word, that's when shit starts going left.
Yep.
That's what I feel. So I think it's very important to really process what you have to really process what you say you're gonna do before you tell somebody, because that's how everything starts getting spooky. Like, don't sit there and say you're gonna do something and not do it. It's just not good. It's not a good look at all. Like, I really try, not saying that I don't do it, because we're humans, we do it all the time. But it's just not a good look, especially when you're getting to know somebody and, you know, this is somebody you're taking serious. I think it's very important to just think it through. Like, let me think before I talk, because if you make plans with somebody, or you say you're going to do something, or even shit with yourself, and you don't do it, then you just start looking funny.
Yep. So if you didn't know these attachments, maybe you can find something online to kind of see what kind of attachment you have. So so pretty much when I was doing all this research, it was saying that it all stems from your childhood. So if you're comfortable sharing, like if you feel like, where does it come from, and have you feel like you have diagnosed that issue
100%
before, like?
So for me, when my biggest thing is my parents saying they were gonna do something, it's the same thing that I was just talking about. Like, if my parents said, "Oh, we're gonna go to get ice cream tomorrow," tomorrow's coming, and tomorrow I'm remembering.
Yep.
So tomorrow at 9:00 in the morning, I'm going to say, so we're going to go get ice cream today? And then they'll say tomorrow again. I think that's where mines come from. The fucking lies.
Yeah.
That really enrages me. Like, I really get upset to this day.
Yeah. Mine goes really deep. I'm not going to lie.
Okay,
it's like way deeper than, like, it's hard to share.
I simplified it.
I think I don't want to share too much, but based off like what I've told you about, like, you know, between my parents and like what I've seen before, and like all these things that I have experienced as a kid, that I was even behind. Like, it started as a kid. I literally got in my dad's truck one time, me and my sister. Okay, so this story. Okay, so I had a feeling, I felt like I was a little girl. I wasn't even over 10, I think. And I had a feeling that my dad was cheating on my mom. And because I saw something, or I do have a half brother that my dad has with another woman. So, like, you know, all these things stem from that. So I remember my dad saying he was going to Walmart on a random day at a random time. He like had perfume on, like, and I thought it was just so fishy. Mind you, I'm so little.
How old?
I don't remember, but I know
like
it was
an estimate.
It was like under 10.
Shit.
Yeah, it had to
Grade
be like
school.
under 10. Or it's either I wasn't older than 12 years old. I know that for a fact, because the behind like the truck we had was like the 2-seater behind, that was like the 2 seats on the side, and you're kind of facing each other. Yeah. In the back. So I was literally told my sister, like, Papi's fishy, like, let's go.
It's the fact that she was with it.
My sister
we're about to bag him.
We're about to bag his shit. And like, I literally got in the truck, and he didn't know we were in there. We were there like sneaky behind the truck, like just quiet, see where he was going. And he ended up really going to Walmart. And like, I just like popped up and was like, hey, he got so scared. And it's just like, that's where it comes from. All these things comes from when I was a little girl. Like, I just, right now, the way I view love in people is just like, you can find a person you can long live and last with. But I feel like if you're not taking care of the person that you care about or you're in love with, the love will fade. I think that you have to work very 100%. Hard to keep a person interested, keep person like in love to maintain that energy. And I think that a lot of relationships, they get so comfortable and they stop doing all these things for these people and they just get bored. They get in a routine. They go to work. They're not having sex and all these things. It's just like, it's very important. It plays a part. Like going to the favorite restaurant, you know, your partner likes experiencing new things. Why not go take the day and drive 2 hours to go to this farm that has this like a cider farm or whatever, where you're like drinking fresh cider or something, you know what I mean? Something exciting all the time. And it's just like, that's what happens in relationships. And that's what I have fear of. I have fear of falling in love. Because when I'm in, I'm all in. I have fear of falling in love and then just things ending rapid, like just suddenly. Because it comes out of nowhere. Yeah. That's the thing. It comes out of nowhere and it's unexpected. And what I do is I try to avoid it before it even comes. And that's my problem.
And that is very unfortunate.
Yep.
That's very unfortunate. I feel like I'm getting there too. Yeah. And that's really bad. Because I definitely like, because when I was younger, I wasn't raised with affection. I would say affection. I wouldn't say love, because my parents showed love in different ways. But I wasn't raised with affection, and I wasn't raised hugging people or saying I love you or just showing any sort of affection. Mm-hmm. When I have a partner, I tend to like almost like saturate. Like I tend to do like to not let them breathe. I feel like I want to do everything and anything. Like I all the love that I didn't get as a child, all the affection that I didn't get as a child, it all goes to this one human, which could be a lot. Mm-hmm. It could be a lot. And then I start questioning myself, like, oh, like, you know, because after a while, when somebody's too on top of you, you're like, all right, like, they're teeing, like, back up. But then I start questioning myself, like, what am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm doing everything by the books. And I'm doing everything perfect. I'm trying to be the perfect wife, the perfect this. I want to like, I'm always trying to prove myself. And it's really annoying. Yeah. Like, I kind of almost hate the way I am. I hate it. Because it's like, I have had certain situations in different types of relationship that it almost becomes a pattern, and you start asking yourself, all right, they're not the problem, I'm the problem. So it's like, I feel like I have so much fixing to do within myself. Yeah. And it sucks that it all comes from your childhood. You don't fucking choose how you're raised. You don't choose this shit. So I know that when I have a kid, I'm going to try my absolute hardest, literally, to raise them as perfect as I possibly can. Look at the word that I use. Perfect. I always want to be perfect.
So at the end of the day, though, too, you just really can't, whatever God has planned, you really can't sometimes avoid the process of certain things. You know what I mean? And like, it's just really sad the way that I am now. Like I went from being such a loving person, a very loving person, open, like, to a very, like, I don't trust not one soul. I don't open my heart. I don't even share feelings. I don't like nothing. I don't, when a certain person's interested, I even be like, you're lying. You're about to lie. I can't even like enjoy the moment of something.
You can't even get a compliment because I
feel like,
here we go,
I don't trust what you're saying. Like I have become such a dry person, and it's just like, I don't want to be that, because when I do find somebody or have my children or all these things, I want to make sure that I give all my love and I don't pass down. Because my mom is kind of like dry with love. I'm not gonna lie. My dad is more loving, but like I don't want to be like that. I don't think
you'll be like that with your kid.
Yeah, I don't. You're right.
Because you know how I really don't, like, I'm really a dry. Yeah. But I feel like that sometimes I feel like all that shit's gonna get corrected when I have a son. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Jesus. If I have a daughter, I'm so sorry, future daughter. But I always say son, because I'm already obsessed with my unborn son. So I feel like that love, because imagine like the kids in school, right? Mm-hmm. The little when like, let's say Lucas, for example, gives me a hug, it just melts my heart. Like, imagine if it's my own son with the kids in school, I literally melt. It's not the same with the girls. It's like, bye, get out of here with your chapped lips.
But that also, like, that's also another thing, though, if you really deep think, like, the love like that also stems from that, because why is the love of a girl different from the love of a boy?
I don't know. I just go by what people say. Like a mom's
you can
love
more of a boy. You feel like you can nurture them more. Is
yes.
that what it is?
Yes. Like I just feel like my daughter's gonna be just like me, and it's like I feel like we're gonna be more so friends, and it's like, sis, go over there.
No, I feel you.
But my son, I'm gonna be a helicopter mom. I already know.
I also searched up another thing where it's saying 5 signs of an unhealthy emotional attachment. So when you rely completely on your partner or on the relationship itself to define your worth, this is the beginning of an unhealthy attachment. And though there are varying degrees to this pattern of behavior, if you're attached in an unhealthy manner to your partner, you may rely on support while not giving much in return. Okay, so 5 signs. Okay, the first one is experiencing significant jealousy or distrust. According to Dr. Lucan, significant jealousy is one of the key signs of unhealthy emotional attachment, such as when a person spends a lot of time thinking and worrying about what their partner is doing. He states.
What is it called?
Experiencing significant jealousy and distrust.
Okay.
So when a person spends a lot of time thinking and worrying about what their partner is doing, he states, that typically suggests as unhealthy connection. It's natural to wonder about someone you love, especially if they've left the house for a work trip or if they've gone to watch a game with friends. But if in their absence you cannot control your emotional response, this suggests that you may not have a complete foundation of trust, or that you're dependent upon their presence to feel secure. Number 2, having a strong need for your partner's presence. As mentioned above, if you find that you feel anxious or emotionally charged when you're not in your partner's presence, this can signal an unhealthy connection. If an individual has a strong need for his or her partner presence, this means that they have a hard time being independent from the partner. Some people call this being enmeshed, meaning if one partner leaves, then they feel lost and alone, and they're always asking to be connected to the other partner in some way or form. Being independent and confident in your partner's absence is key to a healthy one. Okay, 3, struggling with excessive anger and frustration. It's common to have a fluctuation in emotional response to certain situations, but if you find that you're becoming emotionally charged with anger and frustration, this can also signal unhealthy. A good amount of anger and frustration when a person's emotional boundary is being crossed signals an unhealthy connection. And this type of conflict can ruin a relationship if the pattern of behavior isn't acknowledged or corrected. Okay. 4, assuming your partner must meet all of your emotional needs. Healthy relationships have key signs as well, and understanding the dynamics of a healthy connection regarding emotional needs is worth nothing. When illustrating a healthy connection, 2 people are individuated. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. They know their emotional needs and they know another's emotional needs. They are able to respect each other's emotional requirements. Sorry about that. So pretty much I was talking about the 5 signs of when it starts to be unhealthy. So the 4th one is assuming your partner must meet all of your emotional needs. Number 5 is finding no balance in the relationship. Sometimes you feel that your partner makes everything about them. Or are you the one taking more and giving less? In life, balance in everything we do is key to having a stable emotional relationship. So yeah, those are like pretty much 5 different things, 5 different ways when you know something's going unhealthy. And you know what's one thing that in my past relationship, this was one of the signs. The sign of, let me see.
I'm with number 5.
Struggling with excessive anger and frustration. I was just always like angry, and then number 1, just distrust and jealousy. Like I was just always like, I always just thought everything was just a lie to me, and I can say I do have my reasons for it, but you know, how can you continue and get better from that, you know?
I know. That's
really the truth. Tough. And that's really where things start to come. How do you start now helping somebody really get to the next steps of trying to be better? Because I was reading about this girl who has experienced like unhealthy like emotional connection, and she tried everything, going away, doing all these things, and pretty much just saying like none of it worked. None of it worked. She moved, she tried meditating, she tried doing all these things, trying new things, trying to forget, deleting.
So what was it? She couldn't get over the person?
So it's pretty much they had to dig. And she said that she found herself being in this situation with everybody that she encountered. She would like fall in love, and it was just hard to kind of move away. So she pretty much said
it was kind of hard to move on.
Yeah. So she pretty much said like, oh, what I had to do was dig down in my childhood and really try to, and that's, so and my thing is like, I hate when people say like, what you were telling me the other day, like, forgive your inner child.
I hate when people be like, look in the mirror, look at yourself and tell yourself you forgive you. Tell yourself that you forgive yourself. Tell your little you, look at yourself and look at your little you and tell yourself that that you forgive yourself. Man, I'm like very like literal and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna look in my mirror and I'm not gonna see no little me. I'm gonna feel like a corn looking in the mirror saying, "Oh, I forgive you, Abby." Like, no. The way. So I was telling that to my sister, and what she told me was the way you heal your inner child, which I don't know how you would do it as like in that topic, but she said the way you heal your inner child that her therapist told her was like. Sometimes, I'm going to put me as an example. Sometimes I still look at like the Barbie section or the toy section, and I'll be like, ooh, that's so cute. Not that I'm going to go buy a Barbie, but I'll be like, oh my God, like I feel like the little me, I was obsessed with Barbies as a kid. So to this day, I'll be like, oh my God, that's so cute. So the way you heal it is by, or like, for example, you know how we used to.
So I'm just so emotional because it's like, yo, this is for real. This is literally real shit.
You know how you always used to see these certain toys on TV and stuff, the pens that you blow and you do this and you do that. Like, we were all fiending for those TV toys all the time. So now if you was at Walmart and you see this toy and you get excited, like if you're a kid, or a magic marker, you're supposed to buy it and use it, and then you're gonna get over it. Just like when you buy things as an adult, you're gonna get over it in 2 seconds, and boom, that not having that toy is now healed.
Yeah, you know, like I think.
Are you gonna cry?
No, but you know what would like really? Because one thing that was really important growing up for me is like my siblings and I, we would ride bikes in the neighborhood, and sometimes we couldn't afford to get like the new bike at Walmart that you see like with a matching helmet,
the lime green ones
like,
and stuff.
So you're telling me I need to buy a pink bike with a pink helmet?
Pretty much.
That's so crazy.
Or maybe buy it for a child and see her happy with it. Maybe that could be it. Because you could buy it like, oh my God, excited for this little bike and this little helmet. And obviously you're not going to use a freaking baby bike. You're not going to use a bike. So I feel like you gifting it to a little cousin, a niece or something. I feel like maybe that could fulfill it. Because somebody's still using it and somebody's still going to be as excited as you would have been.
Is that even normal to do that? Like to put the other kid through that when they probably don't even want to?
No, because you would give it to somebody like mindful. Like you'll be mindful of the person that you know would. That's what I'm thinking. Because you're still purchasing it. You're still like experiencing like, finally I was able to get this. Like, and my parents didn't have to buy it for me. Like I can now afford it because I'm an adult. And that's it. It's fulfilled.
That's crazy.
And I feel like that's the best way to heal it. Right. But if you're a therapist out here, please stop saying to look at yourself in the mirror. Please, that doesn't work for everybody. Because to me, that's really dumb advice.
Like I it's so hard, and I do have a lot of people that do tell me to like talk to my parents and like ask them why.
Absolutely not.
And it's just like, Which I think that is important. It is.
But it's so hard. But do you see why I say absolutely not? Because I wasn't raised with that love and affection, and I can't.
That's why.
I can't have
what
those
I'm saying. That's why we can't have those, and that's why it is going to be hard to take that leap to aspect.
I'm not doing that.
As I am getting older, I am having more conversations with my parents. They would talk to me about just yesterday. My dad expressed pretty much that I was such a genius as a kid, and that he felt like I fell off when I fell in love. And it's like he never shared that before, so it was kind of weird to take in.
Now you can just have real conversations. You can talk about real life stuff because you're an adult and your parents know that. Even though a lot of times they still see you as a kid, but now they still know. Like half of them still know that you're an adult now, so you can handle certain things.
That's like so crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like weird. And I do feel like I would want to ask my dad questions like, you know, when you did go through this, like, time with my mom and you had another child on her, like how did it happen? What were you feeling at that time?
And then I feel
that's like the thing that we try to block off. Sorry if I spit, but we try to, as kids, they block off these things because they don't want us to know. But it's just like as you get older, you start to know like life is not perfect. And sometimes now that I am this age, and now that I've just gone through life a little bit longer, I have an understanding that relationships are not perfect. There's not one relationship that's perfect.
Yeah, no.
Where you think that sometimes certain things are going to be forever. Sometimes you have an expiration date with somebody that just didn't keep going.
That's so
it was
sad.
just not there. I know. But that's why I feel like it is.
But I still feel like going back to like what we usually talk about, Dominican parents, I feel like they won't
do the most.
No, I just feel like you bring up that conversation now as an adult and they'll still try to avoid it. That's when they'll categorize you as a child again. Like, mira muchacha, don't, eso fue, that's the past. Or they'll just close that whole topic off. So when, like, let's say me having certain conversations with my dad about stuff we experienced as kids, he's not going to be able to handle the conversation. Now I'm an adult and I can handle the conversation. But can you handle the conversation? That's where you'll try to heal that, but they can't handle it. They'll still try to block it off. So that's a dub. Some parents.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all.
It's so crazy though. Like, I wonder what my dad would say. And maybe
you know what I do?
When the time is right, I would ask and I would let him like, no, remember the time that me and like Elaine got in the back of your truck?
Mm-hmm. That I feel like maybe it's an easier conversation. But you know what I try to do now with my father? I try to think about how, based off of what I know, his childhood and why he acted the way he acted on certain occasions. And like thinking like that will I don't know, you'll get a little more empathetic on why they made certain decisions. That's what we do now, me and my sister. Like we won't ask because I know he'll be uncomfortable. We just try to understand and be like, because X, Y, and Z treated him like this is why, he passed that down. So now as adults and as people that know certain things, when we have kids, we got to make sure we don't do the same because then it's just never going to stop.
Yep. So crazy. This is like so deep. Mm-hmm. This is a deep convo, which was so good. This conversation was so good to me.
Yeah. So what advice would you give somebody that has severe attachment problems or just attachment problems towards another person, especially like in a relationship, right? In a relationship where things are not going certain ways, like the best ways, but they're still very super attached and don't know what to do because the other person isn't just matching energy.
I don't know. I would really have the person take a look back on like what is it that you feel like you need from that person, right? Mm-hmm. And if you have described it already and have explained it to that person, what certain things that you're requiring from the relationship but they're not giving, so things that are very simple, not making entirely like, okay, they have to really dictate your entire life. But certain things that are very simple, I would be like, okay, have you tried this already? Taking steps, right? Mm-hmm. And then now from there, the person really has to do a diagnosis on themselves. And I would say, take a look at who you are, right? Mm-hmm. And look at all the things you've done, the path you want to take, everything you want to do. Do you need that other person to do it? And that's what I would say. Do you need to get to the next level with that person? Do you need to?
Are you gonna die without that person?
It's like if this person leaves your life, is this going to stop you from getting to where you need to be, or stop you from other things, or stop you, you know? And that's where I think where it is that sometimes we get stuck in a place where we feel like, I can't love again. I'm going to be stuck. I can't do this without this person. I don't
think that I can't do this without this person. I don't think that I'm never going to love again. What keeps me stuck, this is me being 100% honest, what keeps me stuck is all the future plans you guys had, and all the memories you guys already had. Like all of the time put into that, to have to put it towards somebody else when it could potentially happen all over again is like, I'd rather keep trying to work hard for this one. Right. For them to go through it all over again with somebody else, which is not the best mindset, because you can't just go into something thinking.
And the thing is that it's hard. So I always call this as your investment, right? When you spend money on somebody, this is me personally.
Money and time mainly.
Yeah, because that's also equivalent. Your time is very much equivalent to money. I'm going to tell you that right now. The importance between money and time go really hand in hand.
And let me interrupt you. And when you're intimate with somebody, to me that overrides everything.
Because at the end of the day, when you're exchanging fluids between one another, it's just like you're really connecting on a different level. Like you're really exchanging each other's energy, and that's really for real. That's really a thing. Like you need to feel connected.
That person is forever connected to you.
Connecting with the person. So it's just like, but you're right. Time and money go really hand in hand. Why do you think people say time is money?
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like it is. It's just like your time is just as valuable as money, and when you're investing in doing all that, it's hard to kind of step back from it, and that's why you want to keep trying, because you're like,
I'm that person. I'm that person.
But there's a point where it's just like your investment starts to. That's it. You can't continue investing in something that's not going to give you no return, right? That's like if you purchase a house and you keep putting money into a house, but
that keeps falling apart.
Shit, and it keeps failing. Are you going to continue and continue and continue? And you know the outcome after 5 times. You know the outcome after 10. It's just like at a point, it's like now you got to start investing in something else.
Yeah, which is a very tough decision. Like it's very tough, because I'm one. Let's say in a relationship, I don't like dealing with a lot of people. Like I'm very specific on who I decide to deal with, and just the thought of having to start like just get comfortable with somebody else, just share all these intimate conversations, be intimate in general, like to start over. Oh my God, that's like the hardest thing. Like this is why I fight as hard as I can. Obviously, like I'm not gonna sit there and fight for the rest of my life, because you know you have to have some sort of respect for yourself. But like I am a fighter. I'm not gonna lie, because it's that I don't want to get intimate with 59,000 people.
At the end of the day, look at who you are. At the end of the day, you had to remember who you are, Abby. You are a very valuable person. Some people don't know you. I've known you for a very long time, and I know who you are and what kind of a kind heart you have. You are a very
am I gonna cry?
You're a very special person. Like, and if somebody's not able to see that and value that, then at the end of the day, you can't continue to just fight for something that you can't sit here no more and prove yourself to somebody. I think that's just no more. It's just like, it takes time, you know? It takes time to build something, and if there's no progress, a man knows what they want immediately. So it's just like, you can't continue after 5 years, 3 years, 6 years continuing to prove yourself, and they're not changing their behavior, especially, you know? So it's just like, you gotta let certain things just kind of breeze right past you. And at the end of the day, I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. That's really the truth. I'm just talking about my personal experience, to be honest. So I only go based off my personal experience, because that's really it. But don't forget who you are. You have a lot of potential in many, many different ways. So.
Well, thank you. I didn't cry, which is good. That got deep, and I don't know what to say.
This is a very deep we're talking about attachment, guys. So this is gonna get
every single time we have a episode. I try to like talk. Well, when we start, I always come with a mindset, well, okay, we're gonna give other people advice, and I'm not gonna talk about myself. I'm not gonna talk about myself, but I always end up just talking about myself.
Podcasts talk about themselves.
Okay.
Too. The thing is, at the end of the day, one can only speak off experience,
right?
Unless you're getting like I did from Google, right? Mm-hmm. I was reading off Google. You can only speak off experience. What are people really talking about?
Right.
They don't talk about. Unless we're like a media, like what's the media things called? Like
the shade room.
The shade room, and we're talking about shade about other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? But other than that, we're really trying to give real life advice to girls, you know, who are going through life, real people, real emotions, trying to be the best we can, the best version of ourselves, trying to make a career out of this, trying to do everything we can possible, and also being in love, falling in love, meeting new people. Like it's not an easy process, and that's what our podcast, that's what we do, and that's what we're bringing. We can only speak off experience, and what we're trying to do is help out
other women.
Yeah, in advance. And if you're feeling this way, you're not the only one. You're literally not the only person, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that feel the way you feel. Sometimes you question your worth. Sometimes you question yourself. Sometimes you be like, am I an idiot? Am I like not good enough?
Today at work, I felt like an idiot because we had a meeting and I had no idea what they were talking about. And I felt like an idiot in the moment because I'm like, I hate not knowing what's going on. But like, then I was like, man, I don't give a fuck.
It's true.
Honestly, like the thing is that it's so hard for me to just pay attention to stuff I don't care about. Like I want to learn oh my God, did you hear just my voice crack? No. I want to learn what I got to learn and I want to go. Right. Like I only care as much as like, I only care like a little bit. Like I care, but like, I don't know, people at work, I'm going.
Because that's not your main priority, and that's really what it is.
I'm here to make my money, do my job, because I don't want to not do my job.
You care about being correct, right? You care about.
I don't want to look stupid.
Right. You want to make sure that you got your stuff correct, and that's really what it is. But getting deeper, that's probably just not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I just feel like corporate America, which you guys know who you are mainly. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and call out no race. Mm-hmm. But corporate America, you guys care about shit you guys shouldn't care about. And you guys don't even need the money. Like, go be a stay-at-home mom and shut up and get out my face. I'm trying to do what I got to do here and go focus on my stuff after. Like, don't give me nothing extra. And I don't want to be in 50,000 meetings. Email me. I don't got time for that. Jesus. Honestly, like, and don't send me 50,000 emails either. Just send me one. And then send me another one next week, please.
Yeah, people know. They be like, Leo, you check can you write back to this email?
Yeah, they said that to me today. Did you check the email I sent you? I didn't.
I don't like calls. I don't like texts. I don't like emails. I don't like, if it's not something that's urgent, that's gonna make me money, like, then I don't know. I'm not really trying to sit there and go back and forth.
If the email is long as a dub, I promise is a dub. Please write me no more than 3 sentences.
I'm a very like business person, very clean, very just
to the point. To the point. Tell ChatGPT to simplify it for you and then rate it to me.
Also, I don't like emotions through email. Like, don't get emotional through email, because I'm not the person to get emotional with.
I ain't reading it. I'm not reading
like,
it.
I'm just don't be upset, because I don't care. But anyways, that concludes this episode.
Yeah, because we're chatting now.
That's another one. We should definitely talk about, like,
corporate America.
Freaking work behaviors. Work behaviors.
Let me write that down.
White people. I just had to. It's
true. Honestly, that like, I almost want to film another episode right now, because that's how bad I want to talk about that.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching episode 3. It's a little emotional, but it's real shit. And if you're wondering what kind of attachment you have, search it up. There should be like 5 different ones. Take a quiz. There's also quizzes out there. You can learn more about yourself and things that you need to heal. But yeah, that concludes this episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you guys episode 4.